we've all agreed. See a bit move on. Have a speaker and say me the daughter of a medra. It's now you are dividing the nation.
Precisely so.
So one call shad waka and ye jebi dan ko traitor dia. And the doka med of a daughter of a medra. Why bone be?
Keep watching. Mofantulos and TV. Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it. Keep watching. Don't change it. And one loss and TV.
So more ye June 4th revolution. Ombe celebrate ya Kovi yet Kroma 31st December case bi wo your friend MPP versus a year IGP said the 31st December case why ye ni ade no omo mo be celebrate MPP versus AG omo be celebrate ye 31st December court ne kan pain. Say in a democratic governance, we cannot be celebrating this nonsense. And look at it at first, a bloodless coup. I feel all of a sudden, President Kufuaba, what's it there? Be a minor, a young woman, and people under Jesus Christ. The youth of this nation, NDC all of a sudden, NDC wants to pretend as though we a democratic change. If you guys knew just some 30 years down the lane, some 40 years down the lane, the things that your fathers and your mothers went through in the hands of JJ, and then the growth for Kenyan somebody NDC, say a year revolution. Yes, celebrated June 4th. Near JJ Rollins, no, I quite know as an actor Rollins. Now, but see, a democracy. How does June 4th has a place in a democratic governance? Ask them. Yanyan Yajatum, Seku Nenya, 66 DSC, free final Kotukadi, and Tianton, and then you celebrate your money. Yanyan Yajatum said ye C79 June 4th for the 72 Yatuaba Amabuzia and you do a Kufano. Na a champon. What babaji to me from the champon crow bua memu papa in 7 to 8 years. Ono kwa the celebrity.
More fire.
Yeah. Mobile 79. Nipa kuma. Kobi. Nipa lose more lives. Besi edru baby. Na fisher folks. Omuso mu consume a. Omo net no. Echi nipa. Nipa yakumo mo. E wo kase ho. When you na training nim. E maba wani nim. Soja fu JJ Rollins kumo mo. Kobi. Obatan ya ne betua nufu no ye judge. Yesi JJ say time o call oba a year May 15 for near no. Ye jankro for way. JJ. Ave mu nyina si ye nyaka. Ne yesi yo yate. Ene ye beja aka. Ye mamra nche ne hu. Mo tworo curriculum ne history kwa mo yi sa ne o me nyina fu. Eti ha wo say wo ko uko school te say JJ komuniba. Ye yi afre me boa. Nya me ka no asanka anim. Aha. What changing one? I feel one come on to move on. I better baby on by a revolution a June 4th. Now, JJ Banoko General Pejan and my father was hey. What did June 4th for dear? You bet high mom for June 4th for Yao. If I didn't want more, you know. Miracle Janka can't be. Instead, says speaker no. Obey uses her opportunity also who the daughter of a Medra comment who said it. The speaker should have had a great opportunity to speak to the people and say that such comments are not necessary. If we are a nation, we've all agreed. See a bit move on. Have a speaker and say me the daughter of a Medra. It's now you are dividing the nation.
Precisely so.
So one call shad waka and ye jebi dan ko traitor dia. And the doka med of a daughter of a medra. Why bone be? Is it not true say JJ Rollins was a medra? Is it not true? National Reconciliation Committee report in the kind of findings they had against JJ Rollins. And no crowd Rebecca Sikufuabai. One no JJ no me no say. SIB report. Special Investigative Board report to appear in 1988 and no JJ netisono. Report no. When you see it, you'll be amazed. The things that JJ did. Killing people left, right, center. Final report of SIB. This is the investigative. When him says I report 20 coffee, almost she a whole your friend say a print house. Almost she no. Because they didn't want this report to come out. We moving a frame was Okatakyie but na yemba show nioma ye kwadwo chikata captain chikata ani jeje Rollins ye nkurum a all of a sudden omo se yanka no ntum mo obi anka ho ase okum ya kum ono ankasa no nkurofo bebre ataba no ene okoduru wa military aye bondase baby omkoku judge ne ni ade no na ben omku house na omko military ni chiremu a udu na akwaji waduane na wosen kuragu on your jeje so wo batan na enye omko omomodu soprandi was that omochiwa na omoku na omahyew baby a omo echi ayi Cecilia Kwantiado justice Cecilia Kwantiado ene kwabena Japan papa ene ayi ba akoyi baby omo hye wo mkovi yes for so many years na home fu no all of us are see a rim fit and so be celebrate June 4 obia no be celebrate June 4 for be say a pretend say me enka ho asem mo celebrating kwa de be ka ho asem ye be kai man for no de course in a democratic dispensation. How do we allow this nonsense to fester? President Kufobai or by year National Reconciliation Committee and was your dear signina no mumia nyina yanka de hawobia report the National Reconciliation Commission report volume 1 executive summary you better read some of the executive summary no watch and Nyoma Jeje Rollins here more fire ye we ba ko tie jeje no anu asem Adebuga Captain Adebuga wono na jeje yusu no ma wo kum nipa bebre ene wono anu mu ton Adebuga no ton ebetie no more fire jeje was such a person say wo kum nipa no kura wotimi sumo obi ma ne ko filme ebre no atena kase wono ahwe na ni age Riyadh mo no abaje so and he said we shouldn't talk about it as to whether or not I have a problem with jeje kum nipa no it is me opinion say be say ba say cool now ya enya agudi so you need to kill people to survive either you kill or you are killed because onu jeje ne yachi na ebeku no but nobody is going to tell us say unti jeje ba won kum nipa what say Fidel Castro pepepe time of Fidel Castro or ye coup first one 1930s movie odwane ko eye Argentina Mexico okoshia Ernesto Che Guevara oni Camilo Fusiangu onim so omo sa aboa ne be ye coup said ebo achija aboa jeje ye 79 coup no ma no omko fa Fidel Castro bai o wie wo kum Camilo Fusiangu okum eye Ernesto Che Guevara in Bolivia ya because I say the same strategy na jeje nya 79 wo yusu yi omo ebuan ma aleduji wa mo omo buan ma ne yeku wo bo nyum yi medo mekwa medo food na so akodugu nsa adma ko nyameche o chesi ni out o nyina wo mboa ma jeje be yi okum bebre aleduji wa mo da o mani omo ba wo chi wo okum mo nyina da yes jeje mi anka ede ba no komodo your friend say you papa ya so akobo bosia 50,000 and nay 5 cedi oku no adiaba no bosia o akobo bosia wo ye military ye commander no akobo bosia de asidan nyeso wa wi o man ni sika jeje Rollins ku no abe yesi me nka wasem yabeka mudi June 4 yabeka yesi munya adi na munya samu poto jeje Rollins wa me yehwe Captain and Krabby father che oni jeje Rollins ne kwa chimota oni jeje Rollins ne ko military these are the remarks of a Captain and Krabby father che say wonim so ono kro obo jeje mani yeku oba ye jeje sa in time no omo try first one ye che Captain ko ye see ye try no e wa bra na lawyer kura ni ho mutiny ye can mutiny ye say treason military version of a treason wo ye ni ade no say ne me lawyer wo say o da bi lawyer ni wo kra ye bua no in the share detention jeje Rollins ba ya so pena so sa ko yi no beboa ne kakrama ne ye 1 2 3 wie ye e wa no say wo yi ni free so ade ko share detention for 6 months ono anadam for one ko achimota and mo se mi yanka ebeka Captain and Krabby father teneka ne no asem ade be no ya tu komo asi asoja fo aboa jeje bebre wo ko mo nyina da wo ko mo nyina da all of a sudden JJ is a hero, the unsung hero. Yankan wasam. Yankan JJ wasam. General Utukamo. I don't know ye. General Cote, don't know ye. Omian Kano Kure. Okumia Naminiano, not necessary. Near celebrity JJ kum not military commanders. Bebre. When is something okay say? Almost said that kum a general cote any Sabapa Fraser, Joya Medome. Almost said that kum notness just because they wanted to balance the act, say, and yes, and the phone one you kuno. There was no crime against him. But yes, then kumbi. Yangas and yes, and the phone one you kuno. And I come phone one you kuno. Mommy, I drink quite the water. Most celebrity June 4 for Rebecca was most celebrity Rebecca was Bobby, Menoka say, Mumusa J. Rollins a bushia for so when you want. Now I'm going to write my runs. What does it say? Mumusano. A man, secretary be a near Swo. Now was sorry and Opana Castle, a Saturday what type Captain Crabby father Tenecum. All type the tinting. I've been one Saturday and upon oh Lord. Whatever Corradianwa. Yes, J. Rollins in the Moja Yan and one is watch unto a cortex. What would you ban what you call if you quiet your man? I never know. Oh, fire. For some saw. Yeah, some quality. What was a jai when it's there? Munyan said, who did it? More fire. Yanko fire bend them. Yanko NRC report. Page 30 of the National Reconciliation Committee report. Near head or Mukafa Jejo. Bobby Jejo Kumiyam on one Kasani Krum for a year Friday. Fetish priest. Okumiansa. Fetish priest. Bakuni did Togbe Akaku Ahiaku. With a report of the NRC, and Kurami. Now you read the report, point 5741. Or say, the famous fetish priests from Volta region were abducted and murdered in apparently mysterious circumstances in the early part of 1982. Prior to the carbon copy abduction, murder and burning of the remains of the 3 high court judges and the retired army officer on 30th June 1982. In each case, the charred remains of the victim were found in the bushes a day or two after the abduction. It is the way can I say? In a year, J.J. Rollins was a fetish priest to be a year voter. Now, when you bone, my kind bone natural. Or what you want me and send you a kumo. Or my hine, or my hinimwa. I dare save you, or my hine, and no my hine, a bush, any revolution. I don't know, save you, and who come brimuno. I never know. What's a me and kite? Yabakai, Sapepe. J.J. Rollins here. And Omoka said the carbon copy style of the way the coon judges. Sapepe pen or ya, or the coon, sa a fetish priest me and say, Naya fetish priest or Maya. Bakude the Togbe Akapo Ahiaku. Fetish priest and transport owner, popularly known as Yaya Boy, of Atijive in the Okatakyie district. His crime was that he was suspected to be plotting with others to use juju or fetish to kill the chairman of the NDC. PNDC. And in the crime, you say almost suspected say, what did you be cool? A J.J. Rollins, and your coaching now you cool on your share. More fire. Dear Bannon, of Master saw Yamunia. Eh? One movie, Yanon Quanum Kuno, Togbe, fetish priest of Ayachiame. Eh? On the 24th of February 1982, by the same Medros gang, the modus operandi was the same, and his body was burnt. More fire. Most of me can watch them because a J.J. Rollins. Mombasa can watch them. The Munya revolution. What did you ever catch them for them? It's a moment the PNDC. Yeah, no more transmographer moho. A pina free ho. A DNDC number. An internet and national security coordinator to work. Ovi? Yes, was say. Make Okatakyie. Marco Caswa your mama boy. As much as he can. Or bet them where power lies. National security coordinator. Mammy who any Mukasam Joe. Means slow will know. That means slow. Means slow. Na me drew sa kwana sam so de woka ye ma kwana betra wo se me no munsuo enu me minimum no de amoka ye mate me ka no wasem amoka ye ate musim besizi me ka mo mesizi na fonko sa ban we na de ka no ma me ka mbachi ana se ka no ye obi ye wia ka no dia ene obi na wia na me saka ye ite ye be ko nipa no wo fire for fire asemo ma fia mama asemo ma waje so obi na wia ka no na me saka ye dia Mimi we are canwa, and obi na we are na misaka. Obi a reno obi a kronimu. Na menye jahineba. I'm telling you. Obi Samson Daniel Kwaw Togbe Kwaku Akwe was arrested 26 February 1982 and taken to the residency, Ho extensively to meet Dr. Fiagbe, the regional secretary. He went there, but before that, when he said, "Yes, Papa, we are to Fiagbe, Dr. Fiagbe, Komu Kumai Heneno." Now, young Kony Kohadia, Osha a year 0.5749. Was it the first port of call of the hired gang of killers on each occasion was the residence of Dr. Fiagbe, the regional secretary and representative of the PNDC in the Volta region. Indeed, Dr. Fiagbe admitted that he met them. Knowing the sort of person they were dealing with, the murderers showed Dr. Fiagbe little respect. They told him their mission. Powerless, he telephoned Flight Jerry John Rollins to find out if the swaggering band of killers had his authority. Tienye, ono Dr. Fiagbe no. Time wa nkrofo jeje asoma muso munkuku no. Eba ye no. Ofre jeje Rollins say, "San nkrofo wo authority ara." Yentie. Flight Rollins, Lieutenant Rollins told him not to interfere. Tiedi wakayo JJ Rollins now ayi regional commander of the PNDC no friend say nkrofobia ba ha omo ekoye nneoma ekokum nipa ne ade. Do they have the authority? Was it JJ Rollins catch and say he shouldn't interfere? Now you heard the report in the kind. Dr. Fiagbe then left them to carry on with their murderous intent. Where the report? We was from the evidence abducted, adduced before us, we are satisfied that these murders were carried out on the orders of the chairman of the PNDC. Where a report, NRC report. I see this, we will find this. And JJ Rollins was there. Yankaya Debako. The only person Dr. Fiagbe was able to save was his uncle, Togbe Adalaja, paramount chief of Anlo, who had also been abducted and brought to Dr. Fiagbe's official residence. He was accused of being in league with the fetish priest. It was fetish priest 3 new year. And Omukwa Togbe Adalaja, paramount chief of Anlo. So I'm kuna kaho. Dr. Fiagbe. But for the pleas of Dr. Fiagbe, the gang would have dealt with him in the same short, sharp and cruel manner. Instead, they gave him a severe beatings. Now the report goes on to say, the commission finds it surprising and extraordinary that a paramount chief should be subjected to such humiliation by these young men. JJ Rollins in the paramount chief of Anglo. Boy, see to me, Puno, Nani Bromoye, and so on. You know, and there were on Mamma Candy. Mamma Candy. What's it? All of a sudden, most of me and Kai, JJ, Yan Kai, Rakai, Niama JJ. Omi asun kwa didi o. Obi. Omi asun kwa didi. Amatekwe. Wo be wo. JJ Rollins wanted Amatekwe to exonerate them. Eti Amatekwe, when JJ Rollins said no, we giving it up, we thrown under the bus. Wa kwa na omo say, omo the report, a recorder. Ekwa is Amatekwe enkase wono na years our crimes ni ade no on his own. Amatekwe is one can no we no can cry. And can report on the capture no ha. The meaning of a year de nyina wa ha. JJ Rollins said no chase Amatekwe is one kasa no. Wo dimirika je recorder no at the best no call fan call shooting range. And on one course so ko kan se ko Amatekwe anka hwe. Mo say JJ Rollins me anka. Dey na me anka. Teach them. Dey na me anka. Teach them. And I know Mugabe say we should stop talking about national security coordinator and we'll be Bob Redrus and can say who Mugabe. She says we Steve one day we said you was Steve one was first. Mugabe wo ku for the Bob Redrus baby odu ye no. E dey na can chire. Mamu kan say munya abotre and can focus on the mo atwishi. We are season 1 episode 7. We no baby 4 years is a long season. Why? Baby man for nani. Ya dey anya kwase ane abo. We will let the people know the truth. Then they will decide what they want to do. Kobi? Enti jeje du okumunipa. Hey! Okumunipa baba. Yankoni yankohwe SIB report. Yaka SIB a. Tama jeje kun ye judges no. there was a special investigation board where you're setting it up. So we investigated the kidnapping and killing of a specified persons. And when you report in the habit, so I report to you. When we saw what some of it to we cram we intimacy, we crack. National security, don't be able to me. Mirrors, man, you pay be able to me. And you're able to national security, but can't get you. And you say, behind national security, Yanka, Pasiania, one Yanka. They ever put to a job one name, Yabutan and Como. Yabutre. Why? And 5 motions, Mo. Now, when you're revolution, we mature attack on all the embassies. Said your mobile. Why? International relations. I will trigger all the protocols because minimal beku. Report no oko paragraph 21 to paragraph 29. The kind of things in the report you'll be shocked. The Captain Kojochi Katamoye. We are under JJ now. 1988. So report we on one under JJ. It when yes will be MPP before the okay report no say in spite of the evidence that the chairman of the PNDC Flight Lieutenant Rollins was a close associate of Captain Amedeka, and again in spite of the clear evidence that the Fiat Companola Egypt the Dominican judges which was used in kidnapping was collected from the house of Mrs. Ajima Rollins. There was no evidence from the inference can be drawn. There was no evidence, but from the inference it can be drawn that the chairman and his wife had full knowledge of the kidnapping and the murders. We under JJ Rollins. SIB report. On one, it's new open under JJ Rollins.
More fire.
Kano ye koku ye de ko chi nkrofo no koku mo ba Amedeka mo no amete ko emu no JJ Rollins ayiso ni na ko do Ajima Rollins ni fie table ana na keys ni bu na ka ni siwo ana mo say report no say from the inference we can come to the conclusion that the chairman of the PNDC and the wife was in the known, had full knowledge. You can't full knowledge, that means they know him and son of medicine in it. I kidnap and I've been Muslim Yankian. When you say, what kind of report now? Dear Captain Kojochi Kataye, most of the murders were on the orders of Captain Kojochi Kata. Precisely. Abi yasemianka jeje mentor no poni ekosu nyina momi aso kwa didi o MPP no na agimie ne tenase a yetimi hwe niam na NDC for tag ye ne tag ye ne akia no yakeka shed any coach here fa munsem hunu ne mu coach sem na nfi wa ho kokora ne nyina mkopa bintra ni afa ya nchechire party mu fire party ya radicals bebem party radicals with knowledge so kofo e kan e beka bia kire omo ye memasem e be bia kire omo that is the kind of party we want bia ambasi e be memasem de nyina afa ngwoni nchechire man period ya so nkwa didi de be na momi aso nkwa didi amo ha ya adwensa Obi no kura na ha ne wo manfo no ka bi wo mo ka bi abosai 10 unsi ye show ndi ana nche ye ntimi me kwan afo hours na de oni yire 19 abosai 19 ndi ye nru ba bia cha ma me wo se go bi wo enioma abeka na ayu contem because kwasia aboa nim nti onche it means onche
5 hours ne mu 3 hours ye kwasia ne aboa
sa
that be ntimi nyesa so
go vi ye wi SIB report ye be to Facebook
more fire
na show no na yenya nwie show no kura no 5,300 likes 2,000 shares 92,900 views 10,000 plus comment. Yakoto.
More fire.
Timusu mkoto biwai. Ebeto biyama.
More fire.
Wade. Omi yankano kurenchere yo gobi. Yankano kurewu. JJ Rollins was a murderer today. He was a murderer tomorrow. He was a murderer in the next years to come.
More fire.
Nobody will be allowed to whitewash. You speaker, when your opportunity, unite the nation. Tell them, say where you traitor near the who here, where you murderer near the who here. Of my someone saw. Huh? What quite John Taino? I can't catch it and so cool, Papa. Mommy has some quite you. Hey, and go for Yash and Grofo. The kind of things that when people talk about JJ, Chama, Chamuma, Mukroma,
More fire.
Others say, yes, a man holding your man. But for the ordinary psychiatrist, of your more. Cofodia, and a moment report. Say, well, Cofodia, yeah, they Matescu. Or you know, Tranema, or didn't roll from JJ Rollins.
More fire.
After Muslim and Kawi, Mam Rancher Mabawan. Some person about Candia. Revolution, Munya celebrity. We are in a democratic dispensation.
More fire.
Anything that reminds the people of a painful past, we must throw it somewhere.
Exactly. So,
Other than that, we will continue to let the people know.
More fire.
What could you pin for the NDC? All of a sudden, as a Munya here. What people know. Not necessarily Mukum or Munya Sam Ketua.
More fire.
Yet, we are not necessarily Penasam was said that day a free holiday for Hajj. Why by Sana Day, ya. Said, oh, come papa.
More fire.
For some saw, Yan men are maker. Me say, Obia Yan Ko baby. Yamba planning in house in Yamati. If it's a Nippon himself, yard the papa. National Security Coordinator, or Rossman. Yankon Yanko de Buga. Ah, JJ Rollins or Buano. Amani D Bonnet. Yentia de Buga. Yentino.
Oh, the point is, I feel guilty that innocent people, not only soldiers, the 260 people who got missing, most of them are there and other places which they know. You see, that doesn't mean tell me some of the other places. If you are going to the range, you understand, some of them are there, that Teshi range area. And if you are going to the airport, especially the Air Force boys, they call that place Agege. They were buried there discriminately there. You see, those Air Force boys were reckless. So,
Tie was now kind of. They were buried indiscriminately. And this is a person who was there with JJ Rollins. The course in our Yahweh. Adebuga. One of Buama JJ Yeku. He literally did all the coup for JJ Rollins. Oba o chasing out. Adebuga. O chasing him more on Admakunya Mecha Mukotna. A Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire San Waka Bruchini. And Wakano. They were buried indiscriminately. Yentia the entire second video. And then your production now we are solid. And now be scared from who was it? And a match of 500 Ghana free. Papa. You know.
He made a mistake and went and shot somebody who was related to Rollins. And then Rollins told me to go and shoot him. And I said, why? What has he done? It's called W2 Kingston or Kingsley. Kingston. Okay. So it was one Boachi who went and shot him. Called Boachi of Air Force. I called and he was shooting. So Rollins made a mistake and went and shot somebody who was related to Rollins. And then Rollins told me to go and shoot him. And I said, why? What has he done? It's called W2 Kingston or Kingsley. Kingston. Okay. So it was one Boachi who went and shot him. Called Boachi of Air Force. I called and he was shooting. So Rollins made a mistake and went and shot somebody who was related to Rollins. And then Rollins told me to go and shoot him. And I said, why? What has he done? It's called W2 Kingston or Kingsley. Kingston. Okay. So it was one Boachi who went and shot him. Called Boachi of Air Force. I called and he was shooting. So Rollins made a mistake and went and shot somebody who was related to Rollins. And then Rollins told me to go and shoot him. And I said, why? What has he done? It's called W2 Kingston or Kingsley.
Jinaso. Messi, a man channel. A reggae song was say, tell the children the truth.
Exactly.
Tell the children the truth right now. Tell the children the truth. We've been whining on that I'm praised for much too long. Rebel. Ave Nyabotre, Nientie, Daniel, Nyabotre. Nientie or call reconciliation committee. Sako Koko Yamuhuni. One and a JJ Rollins Sumano. A man called Fairman Crawford. And the banner JJ Rollins. See a community power and any general. Yentie.
Some civilians
children with your work. Is that true?
That is wrong.
You have killed a border guard official, isn't that?
That is wrong.
You want to tell this commission you have never killed anybody?
If I've ever killed, then it was something by your boss, Flight Lieutenant Rollins.
It was what?
It was something by him,
Sanctioned by.
Rollins, Flight Lieutenant Rollins. Let him come here and answer that.
You have killed some civilians, children, with your work. Is that true?
That is wrong.
You have killed a border guard official, isn't that?
That is wrong.
You want to tell this commission you have never killed anybody?
If I've ever killed, then it was something by your boss, Flight Lieutenant Rollins.
It was what?
It was something by him,
Sanctioned by.
Rollins, Flight Lieutenant Rollins. Let him come here and answer that.
You have killed some civilians, children, with your work. Is that?
Where you from the horse's own mouth, Kobi? Enipa what's in our call reconciliation committee, and someone who can any. Now, branch and I know Bisano, say it was cross examination time. Now we're impugning BB on a debuga. Say debuga kumunipa. Because it's a kumunipa. It was sanctioned by your boss, Flight Lieutenant Rollins. Now, sa Riyadh nan work or you know. Well, no, na ne ko. Eko video nkrofo de ba ma jeje hwe nkrofo ye ku omo wo hwe wi anani age no asere What's your guy say? You ever kai? Get out.
More fire. More fire.
You're more good than you. Obi say you guys don't understand what dictatorship is. No, when it comes to me, me say, as to whether I have a problem with what he did. Nemo mi yanko busa JJ Rollins say, even innocent people who had nothing to do with the revolution, he killed them.
More fire.
So,
Me hu yenkaya revolution ya. Omo ye ku omo. Eye say we are threatened by any person. What I say? Me understand the power dynamics. Power is not a small game. But say innocent people are not when you're threatened by them. Who ku omo a? We are normal. Most year celebrate JJ. We a hero. Now me can say we should celebrate JJ because he gave us a year freedom. Nonsense to the highest degree.
More fire.
so,
More fire.
Nonsense to the highest degree. So it's like what you want. Now obiabe for freedom. You can say fundamental human right. These are human rights that are not given. You have to enjoy it. Right to life, right to this, right to that. Fundamental. Not JJ Rollins, but no freedom of movement. Obesizi. Or no necessity freedom. Or we are not so as me CZ biwa. No more bargain so. Hey JJ, am I freedom? My Jimmy. Jimmy.
More fire.
No, this man just say you are too a bad liman. Obisman so me kuno metro. It was season of freedom new year no. And was say yi kakreb mamo. And money J. Say JJ amamu freedom. O mamu freedom say. You people will be uncomfortable, but we don't care.
More fire.
so.
More fire.
There me JJ anya na busu for family court. The mamu may you coward in your mabia. Go to court.
More fire.
Obi, you can't cry. We tell the children the truth. Now, young could hear JJ Rollins and one. Kwaku Sachiado before so be woo. Kwaku Sachiado koye ni interview. Daniel, yes, I be doing ready, mammy. On one no mutual king, JJ Rollins say, even General Afrifa Kuno, he did not kill or can't be. He was being provocative. He was being provocative. Since when did somebody being provocative became a crime?
Ask them.
More fire. More
Ask
fire.
them.
Since when? Second, yes. Where's first one, Mebwa? There be. Okay, so I don't know which of the videos you have, but Yanko. Okay, Nyabotre, I'll come to that and you play. Where's the second one? Our first one. Which are how many?
3.
Which are 3? Cornerbo first one. Who first one? I mean, who? Catch it. What? Where you Afrifa no? I do a kind of Afrifa seminal. Yenti.
More fire.
Yenti.
Like, he will have to say more. And what did he say? He said Afrifa had been advanced a good load of money to wage a campaign against Champong's union government. Yes, at that time, I mean, things were pretty hot. And
no. Fame called the other one. Fame called the other one. Fame called remember how to. So I had the JJ Kenyan say, Afrifa. Now there was a certain general be war no JJ Abemu, and he felt threatened by Afrifa and the Asantis. JJ was very specific. Was the general feel threatened by Afrifa and the Asantis because Asantis were more powerful. So Osheda no the Afrifa shame. But at some point, it was JJ no one year. What went to me among General Kurundi. He felt threatened by Afrifa, and he killed Afrifa. Send Afrifa a CIA agent, and the person that the general wanted a linkage with the CIA. We have a kind of correct. Opa Munkume, and Yamasem
More fire.
Baby, a branding tea, Yanyan Yanko. Yaji, Indian. I was just saying, Shubram, why? Offense you breme. They say you better be na nsuo no. Menuma ntimi nkomiyam. Yes, menum nsuo. O say I was you asansuo breme. Na menum bi. Na engumiyam. Sa jenwa. Menum nsuo. Na engumiyam. Wane se jale. Obi su.